morning, internet friends. Feels kind of silly saying good morning because I think it's like 11 o'clock, but I'm still kind of in the process of getting ready for the day. I just had like one of those lazy starts to the day. Like I'm doing laundry, I'm just like getting things done. So yes, I am still in my pajamas, and yes, they are Disney. Speaking of Disney, today we are actually going to Hollywood Studios for the first time since I've moved here. I've been here almost a month now, kind of allowing myself evenings to go do stuff like this, and then like one day a week I can take off. But realistically, being a business owner, like I can't really go do like full days of stuff like this. So I think that's why it's so nice to live so close now to somewhere that I can kind of go into like vacation mode. So I can kind of constantly feel like I'm having a presence of just doing something for myself instead of always focusing on the business, if that makes sense. It's definitely been really nice. So this week I've actually already done quite a bit of thrifting. I went to a brand new store, which I haven't explored yet. So that was fun. And that was by accident. I had not planned on going there at all. I thought I was going back to the store that I found that Todd Oldham dress from last week, and I ended up at a completely different thrift store. So that was kind of a nice like accidental adventure. And then I was relatively close to the other thrift store. Getting around Florida has been so interesting for me because literally everything is close by. That store specifically was within 10 miles, I want to say, but it still took me close to 45 minutes to get there. Granted, I drive like a grandma, but there's still swamps everywhere that you like have to work your way around. So that's just been very interesting for me to get used to, I guess, in a sense. Like, it's just funny when you're like, why is this taking forever? Oh yeah, I am literally either driving across a giant swamp or I'm going around a giant swamp. So that is my new Florida life that I absolutely love. It also was really funny yesterday. It's just been gloomy the last couple days. There's some kind of like weather front coming through. I woke up and I looked outside and I was like, ooh, this looks like one of those fall time crispy days. And I was getting ready. I was like, oh, what am I gonna wear? I'm gonna wear a sweater or something. I don't know. Like I can finally start to do something like that. And then I asked my parents, I was like, what's the weather like outside? Is it nice? And they're like, oh, you can cut the humidity with a knife. Like, go outside. And I stepped outside and it was just this wall of humidity. You're talking to someone though, again, I love humidity. I've said this in the past. I love it. It's like a warm blanket on me. So no complaints whatsoever, but it was just so funny how looking outside, it looked so crisp and nice. And then you walk outside and it's like 100 degrees still. So I do have quite a few thrift adventures though left to go. I want to go to the bins this week on a weekend and see what the weekends are like. Just cause like Monday through Friday can be so different than the weekends. I remember in LA, it was really good on the weekends because so many people were at the flea market. So Sunday was like my secret day to just go in and be in heaven because nobody was there. It was just so chill. So I don't know if business is gonna be the same way. I can definitely tell that there's flea market sellers at the bins. So I would wonder if they're gone on the weekends. It's just one of those things that like I have to, you know, you never know until you try. I kind of just want to take today to have some fun and then finish exploring through the weekend and see what I can accomplish. I found some good stuff so far. You probably keep seeing me like look at the camera and then look away. I have a pond right in front that I just have like a direct line to a pond. I mean, I think that's just like normal residency in Florida, but it's so fun to bird watch. Like I am officially a bird watcher. That is what I do. Like next time you guys are gonna see me with a set of binoculars and I'm just gonna be taking it all in. It's so fun. There's so many different types of birds out here and I just love it. I loved last week. So many people commented on the sandhill cranes. I can tell they're such a beloved bird out here, so that made me so happy. I am still obsessed with them. They're like my arch nemesis slash best friend because they're so loud, but at the same time, they're just, oh man, somebody left a comment saying that they mate for life and they stay in a family unit, and I was just like, oh my gosh, they're penguins. I love them so much. Ugh. I think that is all for right now of my little chit chat. that. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys with me on my little park adventure, and then let's spend the rest of the week seeing what kind of thrifting we can get into.
These sweatshirts are everywhere, and tell me they don't look exactly like the vintage ones that I have. Breaks my heart.
What are we saying? It's gonna get noisy.
My very sweaty, glossy face, but I just had to say the whole reason we went into the park today was because I saw that Hoobastank was playing, and I could not miss that show. I feel like when I was younger and I used to come here with my parents, it was all the bands that they used to listen to growing up, and now I'm at the point where all of the bands that I used to listen to growing up are now playing at Epcot. So it's just funny how that has all like worked. But oh my gosh, it was such a good show. They're playing for 2 nights, and I honestly think I might come back tomorrow night because it was that good. Good morning. As promised, we are at the Goodwill Outlets today. I ran a little behind. It's 11:30, so story of my life. I said I was going to get here early in the morning. Didn't do that. But yeah, better late than never. So let's get started. Let's see what we can find. Okay, we are back. I did just want to sit down real quick though and talk about the bins out here in Florida. And here I had a question like, where is here the other day? And here is Orlando, or like the greater Orlando area. And every place that I've lived and I've gone on this adventure in like different cities, I do feel like there's such a difference between shopping regular stores versus the bins. To me, the bins is more, this is gonna sound so strange, and I feel like some people are gonna get it and other people are gonna be like, what the heck are you talking about? But like the bins to me is very masculine energy. The stores are very feminine energy. And I mean that more in the clothes that I find. And maybe it's just the mindset that I have going into it. At the Goodwill stores, or like just thrift stores in general, you go in there with like a very relaxed, casual mindset, and you typically come out, or at least I personally come out with like very nice, good quality clothes, like top tier clothes is what I look for when I'm at those stores. And then when I'm at the bins, I'm looking for those worn in, patinaed items that are just like, they tell a story. They are super old, but there's just something that draws me into them. And I think there's this like, I don't want to call it aggressive side, because I personally, I don't feel like I'm aggressive when I'm at the bins. There are aggressive people, but like, that's just part of the energy of being at the bins. But I do feel like there is a level of aggressiveness when it comes to trying to find stuff. So maybe that's where I lean more towards like masculine energy at the bins versus like very feminine energy at the stores. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading way too much into this, and like there's just no such thing as any of that, and it's just a place to go and have fun and see what you can find. But I think the point that I'm trying to make is like the things that I pick up at the regular stores, I feel like are just very feminine. Like if you look at my last video that I did, it was all dresses. It was all like very put together looks. And then I feel like the outfits that I picked up at the bins this week tell a totally different story. I'm all over the place with my fashion is basically what I'm trying to say, long story short. Some people feel like they have to commit to one type of style or the other, but I look at that and I go, you know what? If I wake up in the morning and I want to dress like that, I'm going to dress like that. If I wake up another day and I want to dress very like angelic and I don't know, have some kind of cottagecore vibes going on, I'm gonna do that, okay? Like that's the whole fun of fashion, and that's just like whatever your artistic brain is saying to do that day, like do that, okay? Also, I just wanna say real quick before we dive into this haul, I do wanna say one, thank you if you're like putting up with this Disney side of me. I have always wanted to incorporate this into my vlogs, or like have a little bit more of just style. Like I want to share more of, I don't know, just like what I see visually. I love visual storytellers. I love watching vlogs that have more of their like daily visuals sprinkled in there. That's just what I tend to consume the most of. So it just makes sense to me. I tried it when I lived in Las Vegas, but it just didn't quite feel right. I finally feel in my element. I finally feel like I visually am seeing all of the things that I've always dreamed of like having surrounding me, I guess. That was like so long-winded, and you're probably just sitting here going, Laura, get to the haul. So let's get to the haul. Okay, so the first piece is this extremely casual white t-shirt. You're probably thinking, why are you showing a white t-shirt in a haul? Well, because it is a t-shirt from, I would say like the 1960s/1970s, and it is so crisp white. It wasn't in packaging or anything. Like I was so flabbergasted by the fact that this was in as good a shape as it is. But I think the coolest part was I was so close to going to like Uniqlo or something like that to pick up some white basic t-shirts. My thrifter brain though is always so torn between the fact of like, I don't know, do I save some money and just hold out and wait till I get to the thrift store and see if I can find the right pieces? And I got really lucky on this one, and I found a very rare, very nice, crisp white vintage t-shirt. It is single stitch, and I definitely want to put a little clip of the tag on the screen so you know what to look for, because this is just such a cool piece. Okay, let's get into what I would consider dad style jackets is like the best way that I could think to describe it. I don't know if all of this stuff came from one person, because this is also something that I would consider probably 1960s era, but this is such a cool classic like menswear utility vibes. And then again, this, like you throw on a good classic baseball cap and boom, you have that like menswear dad style vibe going on. I love it. Admittedly, I am having way too much fun with the fact that like nobody in Florida buys jackets because I am just buying them up left and right. I have found so many good jackets out here because nobody buys them. Nobody needs them. This in particular is a vintage American Eagle jacket. The label on it is so cool because it's so old. You're probably looking at this and going like, what? You look like the Michelin guy. But tell me you are not seeing jackets like this all over the runway right now. Anybody who makes like sportswear, very outdoorsy style vibes. Even some of the higher end labels are leaning more and more towards collaborations like that. Like we had the Gucci times North Face, and I just feel like this embodies that like oversized streetwear look without even trying. If you are older than 30, tell me you don't have memories of walking through the mall and seeing labels that look like this at American Eagle. Next few pieces are vintage sweatshirts. This one, I think I'm gonna keep for myself. It is a classic Russell Athletic little label. I love the spell out on it. Some people might be annoyed by the fact that I had to look up what Fordson is, but I'm okay with that, okay? This is still a comfortable sweatshirt and it's gonna keep me warm, and that's all that matters. This next piece I actually picked up just strictly on quality, but it is a Champion reverse weave, I should say premium reverse weave. So I don't know if that's better than their like super old school vintage reverse weaves, but this one I think is probably like 90s, 2000s. It just says Mechanic and Welding Supply Company. I think that was the best part about it. It's like, unfortunately, when you find stuff like this and it's really good quality, you typically don't pick it up because it's just so name branded. But I felt like this was so generic and so just like, it's just that. Like, what a great company name to just be like, yeah, all we do is machine and welding. That's it. The fact that it wasn't heavily branded, I was like, okay, I can appreciate that. And it is just so comfy and cozy. Like, I just love sweatshirts like this. And then when you have a white shirt on underneath it, oh my gosh, like the pop on that is so good. I am so proud of this look, and I already know it's gonna be so freaking good. 2 leather baddie pieces, and let me tell you, I have already found a jacket like this and it sold so fast in my Poshmark closet. Right now, this trend seems to be everywhere with the kind of like worn in distressed moto jackets. They have to be oversized though. Like, that's the trick with this, is it can't be like a fitted look. And I just, oh man, I feel like this, like it has the light intentional distressing already on the sleeves. It is just so freaking good. I could not get over this piece. All the it girlies right now, they are all wearing this. I'm seeing it all over Instagram right now, but I just feel like this with the leather dress, that combination, okay, first and foremost, the dress by itself is stunning, okay? That like fitted, caged, bandaged, bodycon, however you want to describe this, it's a look, okay? I am noticing the like chunkier style boots right now are what's in, like very Harley Davidson moto style boots. I don't have those, and I honestly don't think they would work in my wardrobe as much as I would think that they would, so they're definitely not something that I'm gonna be looking out for. However, I do think the cowboy boots, they still work. Like, come on, you guys, they're still very much in fashion. Throw this on with it. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. You show me a look and you give me a little bit of time and I will find the thrifted version. I don't know if it's a gift or a curse or what, but man, I can always do it. I can always do it. I am sweating so profusely. And it's all leather. Okay, in my opinion, I do think I saved the best for last. This is actually a skirt, but because I am a little bit too short for it, I think most people would be too short for it. Like, this takes an extremely tall person to wear this. But I think this as a dress instead is the ultimate way to go. Like, you just throw on a belt to give it a little bit more shape, and then just a little clutch, and you are on your way. Like this, it is so beautiful. The print on it, everything. I love it. Okay friends, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little whimsical look into my very strange thrifting mind. Yeah, I'm constantly all over the place with my fashion, and I hope that's okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I envy people who can niche down into like certain specific style looks, and that just like defines them. I think there can be beauty in that, but I'm all over the place with like the type of fashion that I enjoy, and I don't know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I think there's a lot more fun to be had, especially if you are into vintage fashion. I think you can really open yourself up to so many different possibilities when you dive into like both menswear and women's wear and just kind of combine the two and have a lot of fun with them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little thrift adventure. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and you're new around here, I might have a couple extra for you right here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.